14 wins, the #1 seed, and a direct path to Super Bowl 60. This isn't just a dream season for the Denver Broncos, it's a systematic dismantling of every doubt the league ever had about Bo Nix and Sean Payton. As we sit here with a 75% historical chance of making it to the big game in Santa Clara, the atmosphere in Mile High is electric, but let's be real, the playoffs aren't a victory lap, they're a war. We've fought through the grind to earn this top spot, and now it's time to look at the battlefield and decide which of these AFC contenders is a legitimate threat and which ones are just walking into a buzzsaw. Before we break down exactly why one AFC powerhouse is actually softer than margarine, do me a huge favor, hit that like button, share this with the entire Broncos Country family, and subscribe so you're always locked in as we march toward the Lombardi Trophy. Now, I want to talk about iron sharpening iron, because if you want to win it all, you don't ask for the easy road. You don't learn from gravy, you learn from obstacles, from trauma, and from having things taken away from you. I want this team battle-tested so that when we hit the field in Levi's Stadium, we are the most dangerous unit in the world. But looking at the bracket, if you're looking for the absolute easiest path to a ring, the Pittsburgh Steelers are clearly at the bottom of the food chain. People love to lean on that Steelers defense reputation, but look at the tape, they are vulnerable against the pass, weak against the run, and frankly, they're fraudulent. We've seen our defense lock down legendary arms before, and the idea of this Broncos secondary caging an experienced but hit-prone quarterback is something I'd bet on every day of the week. They eked into the postseason, and quite frankly, they're just stealing space in the bracket. Question of the day, out of all the AFC teams mentioned, who do you think is the biggest fraud in the playoffs, and who is the one team you absolutely do not want to see in the AFC Championship? Let me know in the comments below. Then you look at the New England Patriots. Drake May has the arm, he has the pedigree, and he's been the media's darling all year, but he's playing hero ball. He thinks he can throw a touchdown on every single snap, and that is exactly the kind of arrogance that Vance Joseph's defense eats for breakfast. May played a weaker schedule than Bo Nix, yet he's the one getting the MVP buzz? Give me a break. Bo Nix has more fourth-quarter comebacks and more ice in his veins than anyone in this rookie class. Bringing a young, inexperienced quarterback into the mile-high altitude for his first-ever playoff game? That's not a challenge, that's a trap. New England has some weapons, sure, but they aren't battle-tested like we are. We've been through the Buffalo nightmare, we've learned our lessons, and now we're playing for keeps at home. The Los Angeles Chargers are another story entirely. Everyone wants to talk about Jim Harbaugh being the kryptonite for Sean Payton, but that's just noise for the radio waves. In the trenches, it's a different story. Justin Herbert is the most hit quarterback in the NFL for a reason. If you can't protect your crown jewel, you aren't winning in January. We've seen what happens when our pass rush, led by Nick Bonitto and this elite front, gets home. The Chargers might try to lean on Amari and Hampton to grind out yards, but if you don't have a reliable tight end and you're relying on a quarterback who's constantly under duress, you're in for a long afternoon in Denver. Sean Payton didn't show Harbaugh anything in the regular season, he's got a bag full of tricks waiting for a rematch that will leave LA spinning. But as we climb the ladder of difficulty, we have to talk about the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills. The Texans have the explosive plays, 47 pass plays of 20 yards or more allowed by their defense, which means Bo Nix can dink and dunk them to death before hitting the home run. But C.J. Stroud is a magician, and they have multiple weapons like Nico Collins and Dalton Schultz that force you to play perfect defense. It's a chess match. Then there's Buffalo. They are notoriously weak against the run, allowing over 2,300 rushing yards this season. This is where the drama hits. Will Sean Payton actually commit to the ground game? We know R.J. Harvey has that nose for the end zone, but he needs the volume to pop those big 40-yard runs. If we have a healthy J.K. Dobbins back for the championship round, Buffalo is in serious trouble. But if Peyton ignores the run and tries to outpass Josh Allen? That's playing with fire. Josh Allen is a problem in a way that almost no one else is, and that matchup is the ultimate test of coaching philosophy versus raw talent. However, the team that actually scares me the most? It's the Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't care if they're a small market, the truth isn't meant to make you feel good. They handed us an absolute embarrassment earlier this season, snapping our 11-game win streak and proving they can shred the league's best red zone defense. Trevor Lawrence is playing like a man possessed, and their offensive coordinator, Liam Cohen, has found the kryptonite for our defensive schemes. They have the speed in Travis Etienne and the size in Brian Thomas Jr. to give even Patrick Surtain a challenge. They manufactured a chip on their shoulder against us, and they treated that regular season win like their Super Bowl. If we see them again, it's going to be a bloodbath. We have to cage Lawrence and stop the run, or they will march right through Denver again. But here is why I'm still picking Denver to go all the way, the coach-quarterback combination. You can give me Josh Allen and Sean McDermott, or Trevor Lawrence and Doug Peterson, but I'm taking Sean Payton and Bo Nix every single time. Payton has the hardware, the Super Bowl ring, and the tactical genius to navigate the postseason. And Bo Nix? The kid called himself a psychopath for a reason. He's obsessed with winning, he's durable, and he's got the entire city behind him. While other teams are trying to figure out if their rookie is the guy, we already know. We've been believers since day one. And for all the haters out there, the local radio guys, the national pundits, the people who said Nix was a reach, we have the receipts. The Nix List is real, and it's growing. Every screenshot of a bad take, every homer accusation, it's all being saved for the victory parade. We aren't just winning games, we're settling scores. This Broncos offensive line is the best in the business, the defense is record-breaking, and the coaching is elite. We are the number 1 seed for a reason. So, as we wait for our opponent, remember this, the road to the Super Bowl is paved with obstacles, but we have the driver and the engine to clear the way. Whether it's the fraudulent Steelers, the hero ball Patriots, or the dangerous Jaguars, they all have to come through the mile-high altitude. They have to face a crowd that hasn't seen a home playoff game in a decade. They have to face a team that is hungry, angry, and incredibly well-coached. The ball doesn't lie, and right now, the ball is pointing straight toward a trophy. Broncos Country, stay loud, stay proud, and get ready for the most intense playoff run in years. We've seen the orange and blue dominate before, but this feels different. This feels like the start of a dynasty. We have the quarterback, we have the system, and most importantly, we have the belief. See you at the parade.